Hello everybody, back for another video. We're playing as Diego Moop in our 10-minute game today. From Spain? Mexico. Going into the Rubinstein in the French defense. Very cool. And, okay. I'm going to go ahead and play this move over here. Okay. Wait. Actually, not exactly sure what to do here. I could take this way too. I think I'll go ahead and take here. Of course, we're just threatening to win a piece right now. That would be great. Unfortunately, we don't win a piece right now, but no worries. I'll go ahead and take here too. Okay. He castles. My opponent castled. And we're left in this position over here. So, let's think about this. I have the feeling that my opponent wants to play something like very simply just this. So maybe we should bring our queen over here. If he moves that bishop ever, we go ahead and take a pawn. Very cool. This also stops any check ideas over here. So I feel like this should be a good idea. So I'm going to go ahead and play this move. Of course, if his rook ever moves too, we just have check and win a piece. So I feel like this move is just really good in general. Let's see what my opponent plays. Something at like b3 might be played. Whoa, he goes still ahead with this move, which is really interesting to me. He does drop this pawn, but maybe he's just not scared. Maybe he's not scared that he's dropping a pawn. I feel like I should still take it, though. I think I'm still going to take it like this. And if he plays something like rook here... Whoa, he's dropping another pawn. Should we take this one? I think we should. And then after something like check, our king should be okay over on the square. I feel like with like a rook coming in here and our queen can come back over here. I feel like this should be fine. I'm going to go ahead and try it out. But this is very risky. I've never went to a line like this before, where my opponent offers me a few pawns. But let's try it out. That's what we're here for. So yeah, he goes ahead and brings that rook over there too. I think I'm going to go ahead and just take over here. But yeah, this is interesting. Interesting. Super interesting. But we're up 2 pawns. We've got a pass pawn on the A file. So in the future, it would be really nice if we could just run this down. But let's see how my opponent plays this, because there still is a game going on. Yep, he goes ahead, gives me this check. I don't think I can block here. Well, maybe I can, though. If he takes here, I guess we take back the knight. He does take here, though. Maybe I don't like that. If he takes here first, I can take here, but it's still kind of risky after he takes something like this. So I think king should be okay on e7. Should be. Our bishop is still controlling this diagonal, so we're not exposed from this side. Our bishop's going to be controlling this pawn, so we're not vulnerable from here either. But it's going to be really interesting. Let's see how my opponent deals with this. And I think it would be really nice if we could just get this played in as well. Right? Because then our rook kind of just stops, or kind of controls this square. And then maybe we can play this move, or push his bishop out first, and then play something like this, connect the rooks. Fun stuff. But yeah, let's see how this goes down. Is this any idea? Is there any way for my opponent to like trap my queen? I don't think so. After something like this, I should have this move, and forcing his queen to move would probably be a good idea. And then we can retreat over here, attacking his knight as well. And if he moves his knight, maybe his bishop. That'd be cool. Okay, he brought his queen over here. Very interesting move. I want to go ahead with this move still, but he takes here now. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that just yet. Maybe we push him away first. But then if he takes, I take here. It's a little awkward, right? Still a little awkward. And if I go somewhere like here, he goes ahead, plays over here. And maybe then I go queen here, so I can kind of still control these kind of squares. If I play something like this, he can take over here with check. We take back. Let's say with like a pawn. And then he trades. We take back. And it's a little awkward for my king to be in the center of the board. Unless if we play like this, I take with my king. And then after he takes, I take back here. It can be a bit awkward for sure. But it would be super nice to actually get that saved. But my opponent might also be trying something like this. So like after something like this, well, I guess our queen defends this, so we're safe now. But we also have this move that we could play. But I guess he has this now, then coming in. Oh, we also have this move, but no, this still gets met with this right now. So that doesn't work very well. We could push this piece away. He kind of has this threat, though, of this move. So I would like to kind of get his queen out of the thing. If we do play this, and then if he takes, my king takes, is this threatening? Am I safe? I'd love to take a queen trade, because I am up with like 2 pawns, and that should be pretty good for now. But confirming that actually is still good for me is a bit of a problem. If he does something check like here, I guess we just go back and we're safe. That's the only check that I see on the board, so I'm going to go ahead and try this out. If he takes here, I have to take with the pawn. And then if he gives me a check over here, I guess I can protect with this piece. It gets a little scary with something like this. Attacking this piece too. This is awkward, but it has to be done now that I've played this move. So let's check it out. Because my king is still in the center. He goes ahead and moves his queen over. Very nice for him. But my piece might be in some danger, so we gotta figure out how to sort that out. Right here, right now. I guess we just played something so simple as this. We're still safe. He takes, I take back. And then what? I guess he tries to attack like this. But trying to remove the defender of this bishop, but I guess I could still be here. If I play something like this as well, that's an idea, but I don't know if that works just yet. I just want to get pieces developed, really. That's what I really want to do. So play this, get my rooks connected. That's what I want to do, but I don't see it happening. I think I'm going to go ahead and play this move. But it's a bit of a scary position still. What if my opponent plays, yeah, something like that? And we want to move out of the way so we don't lose our queen. Right now, this is the only safe spot I see, or else we lose our bishop. But after something like this, and he goes here, how do I hold on? My queen's in a bit of danger, and I'm not enjoying it, actually, at all. Didn't think this very carefully, did I? Think about this very carefully. It would be so nice if I had my rooks already here and everything's protected. So maybe over here I should play just something so simple as b6. That's what I should have played. But he has this move. And trying to get through this is really tough, because if I do play here, he has something so simple coming up. If I come back, I don't know what my opponent's going to do, but I guess we have to try it out. That's my only square then. And it would be nice if we could just kind of chill out over on c7. But it's going to be tough. And one thing that we do have going on is that, well, his bishop's under attack right now. Okay, so he did trade it down, which I think is goodish for me. I'm going to go ahead and take with this piece, because if I take with the queen, I lose this bishop. Can't really take with the king, because he's still controlling it this way. So this is okay for me. Sort of. No, it's still very complicated. It is still very, very complicated. But now at least I can kind of run all the way over here. If, let's say his bishop comes here, I can run all the way over here. That is now a possibility. That is a possibility. I don't know how you would make me budge then. Is if you play something like this, well, I'll just take with check, and then I'll come back. So let's check it out now, but I kind of want to play something like a6, kick his pieces out, play bishop over here. Maybe just this move is also really good. But after something like this, I'm scared that like he'll kind of get in the way of me. I don't know if I want him to be in my way. Okay, knight in the center of the board. Interesting. If we take here, he does form a pretty strong battery. I don't know how strong it is, but it looks pretty strong. I cannot argue with that. Maybe something just so simple as this move should be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and try it out. But I am very scared. I can promise you that much. What if you play something like check and I take? Does he have something like this? Oh my gosh. Am I in trouble? I might be in some trouble if that happens. So after some check like this, maybe I just have to back up. But he doesn't do that, which is great for me. Interesting, though, is what he's going to do next. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to kick him out of here. He goes back. If I take here, he takes the queen. Should be good for us. If he doesn't take with the queen, though, then I have this move. And this should be decently strong. I don't know. I can't tell you guys for sure. Because it's a really complicated position. He still has this check, which is super annoying. I'm going to try it out, though. He has this check, which makes sense. I only have this one move, actually, which is a bit problematic, but it's fine. Interesting. Let's put this here so we can connect it. At least protect somewhat. We need some protection for our pieces. But I am in so much trouble. I'm so scared. And we're really low on time. But it actually looks holdable. And that's what we like over here. He could go here. But I guess I could play some interference tactic. So let's go ahead and try this out. Oh my gosh, I just blundered checkmate in one. Huh. Unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I think at that point we might have been losing. So going into the analysis, it said that I had 4 blunders. That's 4 blunders and no mistakes, no inaccuracies. But looking at this, which is slightly higher depth, it was just a really messy game in general. So for sure, we gotta check out this game. So in the Rubinstein, we played this. We took over here. Apparently, this is the best move over here. So his bishop's gonna take back, and we take here. And if queens are traded, we don't need to castle really too bad, so it's okay. But he's gonna lose his bishop pair. Oh, he loses his bishop pair. So wherever he goes, he's gonna lose this bishop pair. So maybe knight d2, but then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take. He takes back. And f6 is possible just to kind of stop this bishop from coming in. It's also pretty controlling, but I don't know. It's a weird position, but it's still even. It's something that we could look at. But we took over here, which is still okay, so I wouldn't think that that's why we lost. I played queen b6 over here. Apparently, we should go ahead and continue with this b6 plan. So that wasn't a problem, but b6, and if you play something like this move, we can castle. And if they take, I'm guessing you take with this pawn, because the engine loves that kind of move. So actually, let's see it. So if we take here, if he takes, no, now it likes queen takes. Oh, we're doing it with some tempo, so it's not too bad. If he does bishop e4, we do have to move our rook for just a little bit, but we can contest this, and then we're also having this slight threat. So after something like c3, maybe we could play this. Also likes rook d8, just getting that rook onto the open file with tempo. So really interesting moves, but that's something we could have done. But I played here, and it's still okay. I went ahead and took this pawn, which is an inaccuracy. And then I took on a2 as well. So I'm up 2 pawns, but it's still really scary. So I play king e7, brings this queen to d3. And here I could have played a6, because he doesn't have all these threats just yet. So a6 should have been played here. And of course, if he takes now, we take with our pawn, and now we're all good to go, because he doesn't have any threats. He doesn't have any threats. Now, if he does something funny like this, our queen should be able to escape like through a6. Oh no, that's not true. It would just be lost to the bishop, but maybe through a4 and coming down over here, through a5, booting a rook against this queen. So we do have ideas. Actually, yeah, getting it here and then putting it on just on c7 would be amazing. But I did not do that. We did not go in this line. I played queen d5, which was a miss. He plays queen c3, which was a miss. And here, there's only one move that actually saves it, and I did not see it at all. I was thinking maybe b6 actually can save things a little bit over here, but no, it still does not work after rook after d1. No, we're still in a lot of trouble. And if we go here, queen f5, he has bishop c6, which is what I was sort of scared of. So I still did not like that. What we should have done was this move, and now if he tries the same idea, let's see what happens. You take with check. He takes back. You're gonna get you're gonna get his 2 rooks for 1 queen, which is great. Now he has two options, I guess. Bishop back or knight back. Apparently, bishop f1 is slightly better, but I'm not sure why. b6, and I guess now trying to get in this move over here. That's what we want to do. But this is really tough. It's still really tough, and yeah, I don't know. Like b6, he plays bishop e3. I guess now I can play bishop a6. But he still has moves like this. Oh, and this is also with check. That would be horrible. So instead, what you have to, if after bishop e3, what you have to do is kind of consolidate. Just make sure that if he takes, you take with the knight. So you're still all good and safe. Also, we're up 3 pawns, so that's another thing. Not three pawns, just 2 pawns, because he has 1 pawn right here. But we're up 2 pawns, so we do have some win conditions. This is interesting, though. That was the best move. And even after this, you are forced to give your queen up for those 2 rooks, and it's really scary to play, because I'm not always very confident. But he does find rook f to d1. We move to f5. He takes, which is actually able to equalize the game for just a little bit. And apparently we did find the queen e5 move. And we're still slightly ahead here. Queen c4 was played, and we play a6. He goes back. Here we should not have taken. We should not have taken. We should not have taken. We should have played rook d8. Rook g8. I guess playing for this semi-open file. There's an open file here, which I guess is probably really important to contest. And of course, we're threatening to just win a piece. But it's still really complicated. I don't know. There's always threats of this check. But you take with the queen, so there is no threat. If you take with the pawn, then yes, you're going to have some problems. But if you take with the queen, your king is still in the center. But after you go back to e7 like this, you're all safe. You're all good to go. And guess what? Your bishop is still protecting this entire diagonal. So now you are threatened b5, this fork. But I did completely miss the stuff. So after taking, whoops, we took his knight, and all of a sudden we have no defense on this diagonal. And actually, that's where his queen came through for the checkmate. So we suffered at the hands of the diagonal for sure. We played b5, which is a bit of a mistake. He has queen b4 check, king e8. He brings his rook, and again, it wants you to play queen c7. That's the only move that sort of holds it back together. And that's amazing because this is for sure a check. But if he does this, it's still drawable. Or apparently, yeah, it's really messy. But I guess after something like this, I'd probably want to put like a rook on d8 just for the threats. You hope that your opponent plays something stupid like g3, because then all of a sudden you can play this. But actually, this still doesn't work because queen c7. The king f8, and if he takes this bishop, it's actually still drawn. Oh no, because you're taking his bishop, right? But this is interesting because two rooks are better than the queen, but it's really hard to figure out how to really use them because you need enough shelter for your king, and after giving up our dark square bishop, we kind of lost that shelter, so we really needed that. And of course, we just blundered checkmate in one. But even here, the best move is to now give up your queen for a rook like that. So it's not great. Actually, wait, you can kind of just take here as well with a queen, so you're not even getting anything in return. Very messy. Wait, going back over here. Oh yeah, we played this move because of interference. We were like, oh, we're cutting off these two rooks, but he also has a queen. So that was a very sad game. But going back through this is all fine. Queen b6 is okay. We take the pawn. That's still okay, though it's very scary. Apparently, h6 is fine here. And of course, if he takes, you take with this pawn. Yep, taking back with the pawn, and you're going to be safe. And it's because of these dark square pieces that you're safe. The pawns are going to control everything that can come from the front, but these bishops are going to cover everything that can come from the sides, like all this stuff. And the same thing with this bishop once it goes here. And you're going to bring your rook, and that should be also able to cover everything. So your king is super safe, but it's still so dangerous and so scary that I always never think about this. But I took here, which is fine, and we took a pawn, and it's all good. But we really need to solidify. This move doesn't work. Apparently queen e2 was the best move, and I guess just throwing pieces down here is the best idea. But yeah, as you guys can see, my queen doesn't belong in an open file. Because my king is still in the open, is still in the center, and his rooks also want to go straight down. So yeah, queen a5, coming to c7, then you can play something like this, then you can play something like b6, then you can kind of solidify. So everything is super well protected and everything. That's what we needed to do. But we did not do that, and our opponent was able to capitalize on our blunders. We were able to find the moves here, but then again, we just did not need to trade down. We did not need to do this. We just had simply this move. We're threatening to win a piece. If he goes back to f3, We could just go queen c7, which again just solidifies everything. If he takes here, you take back. He gives us a check. Well, you just chill on e7. You're all good. You're all good. And then you can play this move. Then you can try to bring your bishop out, put it on like something like d5, block his rook. It's really easy for black. But we did not do that. We gave up our bishop, which was the only thing that was really defending this diagonal, and all of a sudden we're just losing because we don't have the pieces to defend. So he has this check. He has this check in the future, possibly. He also has coming down here. But this dark square bishop was able to solve all of those problems simultaneously by covering that diagonal and also blocking his queen. So your bishops are very important. Don't trade them away. That's the lesson for this game. And I think that should be it for this game. This was the Rubinstein against Diego Moop from Mexico. And now we're in 1985 after losing, unfortunately. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.